Welcome back to the Vassar Outdoors. I'm Steph, and the ice fishing season starts today. So my last published video was on October 29th, and I thought there would be a bit of a lull until I could hit the hard water, but today is November 22nd. This is the earliest I've ever been on the ice. 2 years ago, I was on the ice on November 23rd. I checked this lake on Wednesday, November 19th, and it had 5 inches of ice, surprisingly enough. Lake Commando in town has a skiff of ice. It's not even frozen across yet. But this lake here, it's tiny, it's sheltered from the wind. So it's one of the first to freeze, if not the first. So it is stocked with brook trout and rainbow trout. So in today's video, I'm going to be sight fishing. So I'm going to try out my new saw. Anyways, without any further delay, I'm going to get the truck unloaded, get my gear on the ice. I have checked it a little ways. I'll keep checking it on my way up, and we'll get set up and get to fishing. Stay tuned. First, ice safety. Always have a spud bar or some type of ice chisel to check the ice thickness. You need a minimum of 3 inches of good solid ice to support a person. And always have ice picks, because you never know when you might break through the ice. So I'm gonna walk the perimeter of the lake. That way, if something were to go wrong, I wouldn't be in too deep of water. As you can see here, where the ice meets land is always soft because there's still some residual heat in the ground. So that doesn't freeze right away, especially at first ice. Last year I had Callie with me, and she was busting through at that junction between the ice and land. So that's why I left her at home today. Well, I've made it to the spot. This is going to be the first hole of the 25-26 season. I've got 5 rods with me, all rigged with frostbite, and I'll go over that in a little bit. For the skeptics out there, we'll measure it. And about 4.5 inches. The snow we got on Thursday and Friday put weight on the ice, so that's why we got a little bit of slush, but we got 4.5 inches of solid ice. Yeah, more than what? Yeah, 31 inches. Okay, good. So I got 4.5 inches of ice. I've got 31 inches of water here. I'm gonna set up the jaw jacker, and then I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna cut the sight hole, get the tent popped up, get indoors, get the heat on. We're gonna spend the afternoon. I would prefer a nice sunny day for sight fishing, but I think it's bright enough that we should be good. And the ice is thin, so the light should penetrate really good. Normally I would have a shovel or a scraper take the snow off, but since it is slush, I might just tramp it like this, and we'll get that light getting through the ice and make a bright, beautiful sight fishing hole. Again, I've talked about this in the past. These little bells, you put them on a chip clip, just snap them onto the rod, like so. When the fish bites and it triggers, you can pull the bell off to fight the fish. So this is the ice saw that I recently purchased. When I first started looking at these, they were around $200 on Amazon. And I happened to look a few weeks ago and it was only $95, so I jumped on it. We'll see how this goes. So this hole is going to be about 4 feet by 3 feet. There we go. And just like that, we have a sight hole. Perfect. Looks like we're getting a little bit of ice on this one. So what we'll do is remove this. Oh yes, minnow's still alive. We're gonna put that there. There. That should prevent it from freezing. Finicky Fooler hole cover. Unfortunately, my phone, which I typically use for filming, is almost full because I I was fooling around with the settings about a week ago, and I think I increased the resolution, so I ate up the remainder of the space I have. So I'm dumping what I had to start the day and readjust the camera setting and then keep going. So right now it's GoPro only. So I'm speaking softly because I'm trying to keep the area quiet. Try not to walk too much and had a big one just swim by. Holy moly, it was pooped. There we go. Look at the size of this thing. Drag. Oh, beauty. Whoo, look at the nice trout. Look at this nice trout. Nice rainbow. Fortunately, the other camera's not working, but wow. Oh, there she goes. I was gonna let it go anyways, but that's not the release I wanted. Just hammered the frosty clownfish. So this is what we're using. The micro Tantrum. Micro frosty clownfish Tantrum. On this one, I broke a treble last year. I was able to find some number 12 treble hooks to replace it. That was awesome. Booyah. There we go. This is a brookie. Nice. Nice brook trout. Beautiful. Wow. So awesome. Come on. They're so slippery. Just landed a beautiful brook trout. We're trying to get a better release than we did on the rainbow. Here we go. Come here, little trout. Okay, come on. Cooperate. There she goes. Nice. Okay. We should be back in business. Main camera set up, GoPro on the hole. I'm gonna block things out. So, quick recap here. I've seen 3 trout so far. I've landed 2, both on the frosty clownfish 33mm Tantrum. They really charged it hard, so we've got that on GoPro, thankfully. I'm using the Meatlocker. I bought this specifically for sight fishing because I've got the 39-inch series, and the digger, the Drench, the dipstick, they're 39 inches, and I want to be sitting close to the hole and not have the rod being across the hole. So the 31-inch medium light Meatlocker has been excellent today. I also have The Drench is outside on a jaw jacker, as you've seen. It's got a Meathead jig, and in the bucket I have another Meatlocker, and I have a dipstick, and I have the feather duster with a 3mm tungsten. But Tantrum has been working, so we're gonna keep fishing with the Tantrum. But right now I'm gonna try to block things up here. Well, as you can see, I'm all packed up. It was a pretty good start to the season. I saw 5 trout, I think, in the sight hole. I got 2. The jaw jacker went off once. So all in all, I'm very happy with how today went. Hey, it's just the start of the season. I don't know how many times I'm gonna get out. I've gotten out a lot in the last 2 years. Last year, I think I got out 35 times on 16 different lakes. The year before, I got out 55 times on 23 different lakes. I don't know if I'm gonna fish that much this year. I do plan on putting a little more effort into the trapping. So maybe trap during the week, fish on weekends. We'll see. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm gonna go get the truck, grab my axe to make sure that I cover this sight hole, because that's gonna be thin if we get a little bit of snow. The last thing I want is somebody falling into the hole that I left. So I'm gonna go get my axe, cut some branches, cover this hole. That'll be the end of this day. Again, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.